So here's the question. Are we in a buyer's or are we in a seller's market? Now, that really depends on so many things. Nationally, we're in a seller's market. But you're not buying nationally. You're buying local. You're buying in your neighborhoods, in certain area codes or zip codes. So things of that nature play a huge role in all of this. But before we dive into that, let's ask ourselves, well, what is a buyer's market? Buyer's market is basically the following: there are more homes for sale than there are buyers. That's a buyer's market. A seller's market is the exact opposite of that, which is that there are more buyers but not few homes for sale, and that is when bidding wars and all of that comes into play. So to answer that question, I would say that we are actually in the middle of that. And it really does depend on where it is you're buying, which leads me to this point. If you do not have a realtor you're working with, then I would suggest you find a really good realtor that can help you answer that question, because they can then dive deeper into the numbers as far as trends in certain, like I mentioned, cities, area codes, zip codes, towns, things of that nature. Because all of those things matter when it comes to a buyer's market or a seller's market. I literally had clients that had to bid on a home on one hand, and I had others that they were the only ones that put in an offer and actually got a really good deal on. Without getting into the specifics of those, that kind of gave me, you know, a heads up moment like, okay, well, we're not in either of those markets, but it was two different cities. So to give you a straight up answer, are we in this market or that market? It really depends on where you're buying. So, tip for you: first and foremost, get pre qualified. That's the first place to start. Once you figure that out and you know how much you can afford, then now you and your realtor partner, you guys can now go look at different markets or different areas where you are looking to buy for homes that are within your price range, because that's really going to dictate where you're at. Additionally, your realtor is going to help you write up a good offer based on the information your lender, aka myself, give them. So, any questions, feel free to contact me. Let me know if you have any other questions, or just, shoot me a DM. All right. Talk to you guys later.